addiction. And should we do something about it now? Stay with us. We've got an exciting panel coming up in 10 seconds.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Oh, some sugar on there, baby.
Hello Australia and welcome to Sweet and Sour, and what a panel we've got for you tonight. Mr. Hollywood, hello Hollywood himself. Tom, how are you going?
Very well, thanks, John.
And now I believe you've got a very exciting restaurant that's just opened up.
Yes, only a couple of weeks ago, so brand new out in Westminster, which the irony of a Hollywood restaurant in what used to be Balga when I was a young bloke.
So basically for people around Australia, that's basically the Bronx of WA.
No, Bronx is much nicer.
Oh. Well, anybody wanting a good themed restaurant, go out to Hello Hollywood. You'd have a good time there. And Lena, you know, let me just tell you, Australia, when I say Lena, I feel like singing, thank you for being a friend, travel down the road and back again, my heart is true. Not because I'm interested in her, but because you're the original golden girl of Sweet and Sour.
Absolutely, I created it.
Oh, there you go, and now you're
Thought
back.
it up,
Here you
just
are.
like that.
Wow.
And talking about Tom's restaurant, I went there last Saturday night and it's wonderful. Great fun.
Fantastic. The name just says it all. Hello Hollywood.
Here, just...
$50, $50, thank you.
There's no corruption on this show. Now we've got our wonderful architect, Natasha. How are you going?
Good, good.
So what are you designing at the moment?
Well, I'm not officially an architect.
Oh, okay. We've made that up. We don't mind.
That was not what I do, but actually I own a construction technology company, so technically speaking, I could be an architect.
No, just for all the men out there, you like put the hard hat on?
No, I'm an office girl. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, we'll get a little bit less excited men out there. Simon,
G'day, John.
talking about being an excited man, how are you going?
Exceptionally well, thank you.
Our resident lawyer on the show.
Yeah, well, I'm not here for legal advice though, please. Nothing I say to that camera there is anything to do with legal advice.
Okay, no problem, but if you try to sue him, he's going to sue you back, so just be prepared for that.
And if you do follow my advice, I will charge you.
There you go, absolutely. It's not a pretty penny either. Now we're moving on to letter one. Letter one, women really confuse me. I've been hurt before, haven't we all? But I decided to keep getting back up and into the race. This time I've got two very different relationships, and I can't work out what's going on with either. In the first, we have a great night out, I drive her home, she leans over and gives me a huge kiss and says, see you round. She doesn't invite me in, even though she lives by herself. It's happened 3 times in 3 weeks. The second, I've been out twice and already she wants to meet my parents. At least she puts out. One's too casual, one's too clingy. I'm only 23, but I can't work out what's going on with either of them. Got any clues? You guys always seem to know what's going down. Brenton, the man, Rothwell in Queensland. What do you think, Tom?
Brenton. Seriously, what is there? 16, 17 lines in that letter. The first 4 words sum the whole thing up. Women really confuse me. Says it all. You've got 2 different relationships going on at the same time. You're complaining about both of them. You're 23, one puts out, one doesn't, one wants to meet you, you meet a mum, and seriously, centuries and centuries, in fact millions of years of evolution, you will not change. You will not understand them. Get over it, put up with it, make a decision, move on.
Lena, what do you think?
Well, actually, Brenton, I'm an expert on relationships. They've all failed, but I can tell you how they failed, but I won't. Candidate number 1 is the type that treat them mean and keep them keen. You know that philosophy? That's right. Because she does like him.
But he's not too keen, is he? Because...
What?
Treat them mean, keep them keen.
No. She's playing along with him to keep him interested.
Well, but she's not though, because that's right.
Yes.
He's moved on to number 2, and she's putting out. He's getting a bit of fun, getting a bit of action with number 2.
Yeah, well, he's got to practice all. You know, you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you kiss a prince.
And who knows why she wants
I
to
thought you were going to say kiss a lot of something else.
That could be a totally different reason as well.
Oh,
She's looking at financial background.
Oh, indeed. Natasha, what do you think? What's your mix?
What's my mix?
Yeah.
Well,
Get to know the person.
Yeah, I just think number 1's a confident woman, and number 2's just not confident. You know, she's trying to lock him down and she's a little bit, I wouldn't say desperate, but yeah, she could be desperate. But number one's definitely a confident woman, and I think good on you for having 2 on the go. Because right, at least you've got choice. But he's 23 years, you're 23 years old, Brenton. You're 23.
Yeah.
You've got plenty of time. You'll never understand them. You'll never understand me. You'll be 40 by the time you understand women, maybe.
No.
So, maybe not?
No, well, Simon's nodding his head there.
Yeah,
No idea.
Brendan, I come from probably the Tom school of thought there. After one failed marriage and literally just being kicked out of my own house by my current girlfriend today, you won't understand.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Actually had to leave work early and get in there and remove my TV and computer because she's the type who likes to smash things.
Well, don't worry, because Simon's on here tonight. This is my number 1 priority with him. So she's smashing up a few things while you're on this show.
Yeah,
Party
not my
after the
TV though.
Party afterwards to celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely. No, look, Brenton, the man from Rothwell in Queensland, you won't understand them. You'll drive yourself mad trying. I think as Tom says, you either put up or shut up. With these two, I wouldn't go with either if I were you, mate.
Jeez, well, I have to say, Brenton, I actually think you're a bit of a player. I think you're a bit of a player. What a scumbucket, I actually think. I mean, here you have 2 women. I bet the first one doesn't even know you're getting it on with the second. And I'll be very surprised if the second, wanting to meet your parents, knows that you're going steady with the first. So I actually find that appalling. And you're an absolute player, an absolute creep. And I don't think you're going to get anywhere in life. You should treat women decently, and clearly that's not what you're doing.
I think you're being too harsh. He's not going steady. He's only been on 3 dates in 3 weeks.
Oh, come on.
It's not steady.
Two
no,
women.
You're being too harsh on him.
Look, John, I just jotted some notes down of everything that blokes know about women, and there it is. There it is. Whole book of it.
Sweet, absolute nothing.
You guys are a bunch of losers.
Oh, well.
Just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy yourself.
That's right. Okay, Brenton, hopefully we've added some advice, some tips that you can get from us. Obviously, I'm the only one that thinks you're a player and you're a creep, but all the other panels say go for it. If you can get it on, get it on. And speaking of which, we'll be right back on after these messages from our generous sponsors. Welcome back, Australia. We want you to get involved, and you can do that by emailing us at letters@sweetandsour.net.au. Visit our website at sweetandsour.net.au. You can find us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Sweet or Sour. Sweet and sour, not sweet or sour, we're sweet and sour. Or you can even tweet us at Sweet and Sour TV. And if you send us your letters and we choose it, you'll get a lucky pass to go see The Grace of Monaco with our own Nicole Kidman, thanks to Natalie at NRC Communications. Now we move right into letter number 2. My 23-year-old daughter has engaged herself into a family of sponges. To be fair, the 29-year-old fiancé is a nice boy. He is pretty responsible and hard-working. I liked him until we met his clan. The wife and I did the right thing and invited the prospective in-laws over our place for a barbecue so we could all meet each other. The lot of them turned up. Mum, Dad, 2 kids and their parents, plus my daughter's fiancé. Every single one of them turned up empty-handed. No drinks, no nibbles. That was okay, but then it really hit the fan for me when his dad announced how proud he was to be a 10-pound pom, who has never taken out Australian citizenship and had no intentions of doing so. He thought that it was terrific that he gets all the benefits to living here, including voting in all elections, and doesn't have to do anything in return. He admitted how proud he is of his English nationality and doesn't see any reason to even consider becoming an Australian. To me, it's obvious that his sponging mentality runs through his family, and I just want to shake my daughter so that she distances herself from this family of bloodsuckers. What do I do here, panel? Malcolm, Rockingham, WA. What do you think, Simon?
Well, it's a bit of a pickle there, and look, certainly, Malcolm, as someone who's just spent the last 3 years with a sponge, I can sympathise with you. However, sorry, it was a cheap shot, I know, but I had to get it in. You know who you are.
Big pants, big square. square pants or not?
No, actually quite shapely pants, unfortunately. That's why it lasted 3 years.
Lawsuits welcome.
No names were mentioned, John. No names. Look, I think coming between your daughter and her intended, bad idea. As poorly as you think of him, she thinks equally the opposite way. She's obviously in love with him, that's why they're engaged. And if you try and come between them, I think you're just going to set yourself up for a bit of a failure with your relationship with your daughter. I don't think it's a good way to go to get involved to that extent.
Yes, Natasha, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to agree on that. Only that I would say that I think the 29-year-old fiance, even though he's a nice boy, is probably the same as his parents.
Oh, okay.
Why?
So
because you're brought up a particular way. I mean,
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Mate, they say it in leadership. They say it with families.
So when you found your partner,
If the top's crooked,
did you
the
check out the
bottom's
parents
crooked too.
before? Did you check out the parents before purchasing?
I always check out parents before
Oh,
purchasing.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's just you got to interview the parents as well as the.
You know, anybody meets my parents, they'll think I'm completely nuts. It might be absolutely
They
accurate.
could just watch this show.
Well, exactly right. And often people wonder how I get where I get. Lena.
Gosh, that's obviously where I've gone wrong. I haven't checked out the parents. I think Malcolm is being a little bit harsh, actually. I mean, the guy sounds like he's got a job, and he's just going to distance himself. Malcolm, you're going to distance yourself from your daughter. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, I believe
Put a
so.
big wedge in there, and that's not a good idea. And so, what's wrong with being proud to be a 10-pound pom or whatever? Nothing wrong with that, is there?
Well, unless £10 is all you've got.
Yes. Tom, what do you think?
Look, I think there's been some very, very valid points made, and something I have noticed, which is a really concerning trend in Australia, is that for many, many years we've sort of accused them of being whinging poms, but I actually do think there's a tendency in Australia these days for criticising anything and everything when you can. So what? It doesn't really matter. You can choose your friends, you can't choose your relatives, all those sorts of cliches. Don't invite them over much. That's easy, but it's not your call. You're not marrying the guy, your daughter is. I think the comment about distancing your daughter and all that sort of stuff is very true. If they're proud to be poms, let them be poms, that's great. Not quite sure why you would be, but but that's okay if they are. But it really doesn't affect. I mean, if they vote, who cares? If they get benefits, they also pay taxes, I assume. Who cares? Just get on with it.
Yeah, and next time tell them to bring a plate.
Or
if they do
don't
come around
invite
and
them.
visit again, make sure there's no beer in the fridge.
That's right, and no food.
It's probably that ad, about, oh, don't bring anything, and they've watched that too many
Yeah.
times.
Well, true.
Yeah.
Taking it literally.
Well, Malcolm, could I just suggest, I'm just going to step down here just one moment. Now, could I just suggest, just come in nice and close here, and I'll just show you now your sponges, you see. Now, I think, Malcolm, what you need to do, just like a sponge, there you go, you just need to soak it up. Just soak it up, let it go, let it out, and otherwise your daughter's going to be very unhappy with you if you just don't suck it up like a sponge does. Suck it up. Suck it up like a sponge. There you go, and just let it all out, because what you don't want your daughter to be unhappy and never speak to you for the rest of your life. And also, I would have thought, as a father, you would be delighted that your daughter's found a nice young bloke who actually works. So I don't think they're sponges at all. They're obviously working people. I just think you're a bit of an arsehole, really, and you should actually support your daughter, encourage your daughter to get married, make sure it's the happiest day of her life, because if you don't, you'll be a miserable old bastard for the rest of your life.
Relax.
That's
Sit
right.
down, sit down.
It could be worse. If it was one of those, literally, then if they were sponges on one side, it could be worse. Your daughter could be the scrubber. That's
exactly right. Yes, God, jeez.
that'd be bad. That'd be terrible.
Exactly right. Jeez, where this conversation gone? I mean, I think Simon was saying that he had the scrubber.
No, sponge.
Sponge. You had a
no,
sponge, not a scrubber.
sponge.
Oh,
Very
okay.
attractive young lady.
Yes, that wants to smash
Lacking
up
in
everything
moral fibre.
you own. Jeez. How long did it take to figure out that you had a sponge?
A foolish 3 years.
Oh, jeez, God. Well, there you go. We've actually, Malcolm, we've got a real sponge, a real life experience with a real life sponge, and it's clearly not your experience. So hopefully that's assisted you, Malcolm. Remember, make your daughter happy, make the wedding the happiest day of her life, and you'll be a happy old man. If not, well, you heard me earlier. And with that, we'll be right back after these kind messages from our sponsors.
Hi, Sweet and Sour. I'm going to make you not regret screening your applicants. Hi, Mom. Thank you for having me.
Hello Australia, welcome back. Here we are, we're going to move right into our next letter. I can't believe some of the media, worse still, some of our elected officials, continue to perpetuate this utterly uninformed view that global warming is just a statistical anomaly that doesn't exist or is a natural phenomenon. I can't believe how uneducated, uninformed our politicians and media commentators are permitted to be. I can't believe how boring our letters are allowed to be. No wonder media journalists and politicians are now considered by the Australian public to be less trustworthy than used car salesmen, according to the most recent yearly surveys.
Which, funnily enough, contribute to global warming.
That's exactly right, yes.
Funnily enough, is slightly more than the panellists.
The worst of it really is that only these poorly informed media journos and elected representatives doing themselves and their credibility a total disservice. They are putting out misinformation that is dangerous to the health of our planet. As far as I'm concerned, there is only a 1% chance that the climate scientists are right. Must we be correcting our behaviours now? The fact is that there is no scientific evidence that supports the notion that this isn't happening, and 97.1% of all climate scientists agree that this is happening and happening now. It's made by humankind, and we have a responsibility to heal the planet now, but what can we do when we have fools in privileged positions sprouting utter rubbish? Nikki from Frankston, Victoria, and let me just tell you, 100% of this panel thinks your letter's totally boring, but we'll do the novelty. Natasha, what do you think?
Well, look, I think they're all dickheads, basically. And global warming is obviously an issue, and you have to be a liar to be a politician. End of story.
There you go, end of story. Simon.
Can you stop beating around the bush? Can you just say what you mean?
Call a spade. Simon, sorry, that's me.
Yes.
Look, interestingly enough, Nikki, 93.5% of all panellists fell asleep whilst reading your letter. Clearly you missed the bulletin that this is a light-hearted, funny talk panel show, not something serious about climate change. And look, it's wonderful that you really want to pull your strides up and get in there and do something good for the community and for the world. And look, you know, a tree-hugging letter is always good to put us to sleep.
On a piece of paper.
Pardon?
On a piece of paper.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, no doubt she wrote it on a recycled pencil with. I don't know what you wrote actually, Nikki. To be serious for a little bit, yeah, we're doing bad things to the climate or to the world, and it should change. Scientific evidence for global warming, though, I'm not sure. We haven't been keeping records long enough. You'd have to go through a couple of ice ages to be able to do that. But no doubt we're polluting the world, and we've got to do something about it. But I'd rather spend my hour here on Sweet and Sour being a bit funny and having fun. So lift your game, Nikki, please.
Hey, Lena, what do you think?
Very disappointed in my fellow panellists.
Oh.
I think this is a very serious topic, and I think you should all take it seriously.
Oh, we do. So seriously.
Well,
look,
I'll pass right on to Tom now. I'll just let Tom now elaborate on this.
Just to let you know, Australia, we've got a behind the scenes exclusive. Lena said before we came on, God, this letter bores me stupid. Don't let me go first, whatever you do.
Where's that $20?
So we've got a liar on the panel tonight.
That's what I'm passing it on to Tom.
We're now, because what's her name? I don't even know her name. Nikki. We're now untrustworthy to Nikki.
I think it's wonderful that she wrote in about this. Tom, what do you have to say?
Look, the bit I can't believe is that she's actually taken the time to write this dribble that she doesn't believe the media or politicians, and then just rambles 97.1 crap garbage stuff. I mean, seriously, yes, of course we are polluting the planet. Yes, of course there's a problem. But seriously, writing a whole letter about not believing politicians or the media, holy hell, what planet are you on? It's obviously not one with good global conditions. But yeah, we need to do stuff. We really do. But from that point of view, I just think, yeah, lighten up. I mean, one person, yeah, has to do something, but just sitting there whinging about it's not going to fix it. I would suggest that you'll probably get in your car tomorrow and and you'll drive to work and you'll do you'll turn your light globes on, and you probably haven't got, energy efficient light globes right through your house. You're just a hypocrite. So,
Tom, she's not whinging.
She is. Listen, they're not
Well,
valid points.
look,
They're
I think
accusations.
we've been entertaining enough for her, though, that she
that's
hasn't
right.
fallen asleep in front of her television and left it running all night.
Oh, yeah,
which
good point.
no doubt be terrible for the
Or with the air
environment.
conditioning on, who knows?
Look, Nikki, all I'll say is there's got to be a way to make this human race come together and to make this global warming stop. So, yes, obviously we need to do our bit, but I'm not doing my bit on this show because I'm sweltering from these lights they've put on me, so that'll be a nice start to global warming. Now, moving on, we've got to choose a winning letter, and Nikki, I'll give you the tip, you're not it. Who do the panel think?
I think without question, without any question whatsoever, the only one even worth reading tonight, let alone giving a prize to, would have to be the first letter. Even though they get into pants, not get into her pants. I'm 23 and don't understand women sort of letter because, well, duh.
Join the club, buddy.
So Tom's for one. What
Well,
about
I'm
you,
a bit
Lena?
more intellectual than Tom, so I'll go for the global warming.
Global warming? God, she feels bad because she lied to you, Nikki, live on TV. That's what she did. What about you, Natasha?
I'm going to go for letter 1 because I think Brenton's just too cool.
Letter 1, okay. Simon?
Well, I was going to go for letter 1, but I love a good tiebreaker. I'm going to go with Nikki.
Nikki, jeez, there we go. Well, Nikki,
Tom, you look disappointed.
As I said, Nikki, it's not you. Your letter was boring. You probably plummeted the ratings in this show, so I'm not rewarding that.
Well, what we do need to actually put into account here is that obviously being the greenie and complaining about global warming, she can't go to a cinema and watch a movie on a great big screen.
No,
that'll kill another 4 people.
Thank you for the plug. Thank you for the leading. She gets a pet of pet. Oh, she doesn't get a pet.
I don't think pets are good for global warming.
No, especially cows. Cows aren't good for global warming. No, she gets a set of glasses. That's what sunglasses. So, Nikki, maybe she needs that to block out the sun and the global warming. But look, clearly, Malcolm, it's not you from letter number 2 because we don't want to encourage sponging, and we think giving you the glasses would make you a sponge, getting a free gift. Look, I actually think, Brenton, I mean, you are a player and you deserve some glasses because, you just need to keep playing those women out there and treating them the way you are. So there you go, you'll be a bit cool. Now, just as we go around the panel, as we're about to say goodbye to Australia, hello Hollywood.
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook. Unconditional plug here. Hello Hollywood Restaurant on Facebook. And if you're in Perth, come down and we'll look after you. Some great shows and lots of fun.
Fantastic.
Had
Lena.
a wonderful time, John. Don't miss Gary in the slightest.
Oh, God, jeez. But by popular demand next week, Australia. Simon, well, have you got all your stuff out?
No, I haven't. No, I still have some concerns for some of my property, but I've got the valuable stuff out.
Oh, okay, jeez.
Yeah, so probably be sleeping somewhere in the studio next time you see me.
And how long did the relationship last?
3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. And how long into the relationship? Now we're going into Sunday night. How long into the relationship did you move in together?
Oh, almost immediately.
Oh wow, very quick, a very quick mover. Wow, you were Brenton from woman number 2.
Yes.
Oh, you're right in there.
I'm actually covering the whole lot up with a very happy facade. I'm
okay.
completely heartbroken.
Oh, Natasha.
Yes.
You feel heartbroken for Simon?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Tough night.
Yeah. But you're happily married, I see a ring there. You're
Yeah.
just showing Simon not to put the moves on after the show.
Yeah.
We've heard about Simon and his player moves.
Yeah.
So any exciting projects coming up that you're going to be involved with, working on?
Yeah. I'm launching my company globally, so plenty of global stuff going on there.
Oh, okay, no problem. I just got the big wind up saying, for crying out loud, shut up and end the show. Thank you, Australia.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week. Mitch is back. The circus is out of here. Goodbye.